felt like we were losing-ish, but I guess Magicall got Alloy and Ether starved. What it was is his economy. He just when he lost the bulk of his high tech, he wasn't able to replenish it.
Yeah, those Aerox were such money shots on those behemoths.
Yeah, that may well have been the deciding factor in that game. When all those behemoths went down, that was a major loss, and he couldn't. Magicall couldn't quite recover from that financially. I never financially recover from this decision.
No. It was the bad decision. He went to college in the game, and it was just a bad forever. Now got liberal arts, man. Okay, Magical with Mala. Still with a Jari. I like the choices. Actually, we have all 4 Immortals again. That's cool.
Yeah, this is fun. These are always fun. Every race is faction
and Immortal
is represented.
Oh yeah, can't wait to have the third faction. Give me some Jorah with 6 Immortals. Can be great.
Alrighty, as soon as the thingy pops up, there it is, in the top left corner of the map, starting for Team Ice, playing as Mala, it is Magicall. And his teammate, as the teal player, once again, is Tom.
And in the bottom right corner, playing with the fire of Orzu, it is Santa Claus, ready to deliver his gifts on everyone.
Yeah.
And his partner, playing as Zal, it is once more Iremirror, ready to throw his ire at his opponents.
My life for ire. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Yours are more creative than mine. One thing that
I did have Santa. Santa's the easier one.
That's true. Santa is, it's always difficult to come up with things to say about Santa, because Santa is not a name that you hear
ever. Like there's no context.
It's not like there's a holiday for him every year or something like that. Anyway, something that we were pointing out at the when the players were picking their characters, every single character, or every single what is it? What was the term you used? Mortal. That
or subfaction
is currently available in the game, is being represented in this game. Each player is playing a different Immortal. That's fun.
Ooh. It is fun. So you want to go into what makes him different?
Let us do so, because everybody's playing an economic opening. Let's go into what makes each character different.
Okay, so Magical has Mala, so Aru has the root weight. Obviously, it's all about getting some blood. Mala is all about that blood and getting free units.
Yummy.
So all of that stuff is about getting free units. So her 2 different units. First, the Dread Sister places the Red Seer. That one spawns free units, the kiddos, when she uses her ability and kills stuff. And she also has the Incubator, which also gives free units and shoots them out. So yeah, that's what Magical is all about. Well, Mala is all about, getting free units.
Magicall and Mala, all about.
Oh yeah.
Tom is playing a Jari, okay? And I don't have as implicit, no. My game knowledge isn't as extensive as your ZKay, but I will do my best to describe what a Jari is. A Jari is a powerful character, I think. She has a special ability that allows her to recall units in a small area from any point in the map back to the closest Acropolis. Now this is a lot of fun because you can play a very aggressive style with these high-speed units like the Sipari and the Wardens. You can play those units, get them into positions where they won't be able to get out of normally, and then use your ability to recall them back to your Acropolis. That's the thing that makes a Jari different, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jari is all about being defensive, protecting her units, keeping them alive, really. And even her 2 special units, her 2 Vanguard, the Sao Shin, gives 90% damage reduction. The other one, the Arc Mother, gives 50% damage reduction in larger radius. So it's really just about keeping your units alive. That's what she's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the bottom right, we have Orzu from Santa Claus. And Orzu is also pretty defensive, but he's not about keeping stuff alive. He's just about having big defensive structures, creating a defender's advantage, his Zentari are great at holding positions with their huge lightning swords that can shoot from afar. Or, oh, here's the Dervish. Dervish from Santa Claus. Who would have thought he would do that?
Who would have guessed that Santa was going to make, of all units, Dervish, and then throw them into his opponent's main base? But enough about the Dervish.
That was a great response from Tom for their getting all his units out of the way, so they're not even getting damage. Look at that! Look at that great play. Santa Claus got nothing, and Tom just expanded off that.
Yeah, pretty good defense.
Yeah. Finally, our last Immortal, Zal.
Yes.
The Prophet of the Hunt. So Zal's whole thing is about surprising her opponent and just jumping on them when they can't see her. That's her whole thing. Her ultimate ability is stopping all units from having any vision. So they only get free visions that are the usual like 8 to 10, including the buildings. So you get really claustrophobic when that ability activates, and everything just jumps on you and kills you, and you can't even see what's shooting at you.
Yes, I experimented with it last game a little bit, and in Tom's words, it was pretty scary.
Yeah. That sounds like a euphemism, you know? Pretty scary. Yep. You just lost your whole army to nothing, and you can't even see what shot you. It's scary.
Yeah,
scary.
It's just a little bit.
Yeah.
As to how this game has evolved, we see Team Ice once again taking earlier third. Well, as I say that, I was going to say earlier third bases, but each team is both taking their third bases at around the same time. So last game we saw Team Ice take an economic advantage early in the game with damage across the map with the Thrums, but we see Dervish, in contrast, from Team Fire, messing up the worker lines of Team Ice. And
it finally got his damage. He's been sending like squads of 2 Dervish time and time again. Usually it was good at the dodges, but this time Magicall lost all his line, and Iremirror might have lost. Yep, he lost 1 mode there. And Santa's gonna try and get more, but they're very low HP at this point.
I think they can still get a couple.
And one
left. Oh, he got 1.
A couple was 2, man. You're just wrong, Westo. You're completely wrong. What the heck?
Was it? Was it 2? It looked like 1.
Yeah, that's what I said. You said a couple. A couple means 2.
Oh,
and you only got 1.
Well, a couple could be 1. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's where you're going with it. Huh?
It could be. Okay, it's plausible.
Okay. Fine. I accept your rhetorical answer.
There you go. Rhetorical answers are the best answers.
Oh yeah, they're like rhetorical questions.
Well,
like, will this attack work?
Yeah, I mean,
obviously, the answer is obvious. Of course it will.
I mean, I think the ZKays would win that if there weren't more hunters coming in from the north and Magicall hadn't used the what is it called?
The offering?
Offering. There you go. If he hadn't used the offering, but because the ZKays are just that good, but he did.
That was actually a big loss. Now now Iremirror does have his resonant. If he can siege up, that would be really useful. But if not, Magicall might just jump on this. Oh, he's coming for it. Magicall sees it. He's gonna offer, get on top of it, gets the Bloodwell.
That is pretty big, right?
Oh no, the base was finished. He can't cancel it. Oh man,
that's rough. Except for the fact that Magicall's decided that he wants to be merciful, and as I say that, cast a curse. He comes back and tries to kill it. He may be overstaying his welcome though.
Oh, he leaves just in time.
Yes, he does leave just in time.
See, that's often the thing. Those bases are just in a small pocket, and there's a small, narrow escape path. So if you don't escape in time, you're just going to lose all your units. And killing a base versus losing all your units, it's not that worth it sometimes.
It is not worth at all, in fact. It is the worst idea to trade your base or trade your army for a base, yeah.
Yeah, especially that amount of hunters. If it was like 8 or so, I'm like, okay, fine, you lost 8 hunters for that. Perfect. You lost 4 Sipari? Perfect. You lost 32 hunters? No, don't do that.
No. We see these hunters trying to move up here on this spot, but the resonants are sieged, and there's a lot of ZKays. Mirror's like, hey, ZKays good. Let me make them.
That's a good position. Tom on his side getting attacked by scepters. And poor Tom, he just keeps getting harassed by everyone. He's like, yeah, I'm just learning this game, guys. And
everybody's beating up on the new kid on the block. Come on, guys.
Well, he gives as well as he takes generally, and Dervish are trying to get to the center as well. Santa's just trying to harass from all over. Final one down.
I mean, this reliquary might go down. I don't know how good
finding
scepters
conditions.
are against. Oh, he's just gonna run away. He chooses the right decision. We see a counterattack coming in from Santa. He's got Sharu. Santa loves the high-tech units, apparently. Just a couple Zentari. Sharu shots go out. The Absolvers are standing still inside the Sharu shot, and that's pretty painful. He loses 1, 2. He might lose the other 2 as well. But the Sharu get trapped, and they're probably gonna die. That is rather unfortunate. It was looking good until it wasn't.
Well, that was actually a great route there. He gets one of the Sharus, one does get away, so that's good for Santa Claus. Same time, Iremirror counterattacking on the left side and gets the base. Oh, he got his revenge there.
Yes, he revenged the base that didn't even get killed.
A nice revenge.
Oh!
No, oh man, you know, a revenge doesn't need to be a tit for tat. You can, like, someone breaks your arm, you can break 2 arms. It's fine. Don't break any arms generally, but you know,
This has been Advice with ZKay. Come back next week for episode 96, where we talk about legs instead of arms. Anyway.
I'm just feet is fine. Oh, the scepter's still there. Okay.
The scepter is still alive and kicking, and these Sao Shin could potentially be in danger. Losing Sao Shin would be very, very, very sad, because Sao Shin are expensive.
See, now the scepter is sieged up. Well, it's not sieged up, but it's stabilized. That does AoE damage on top of its normal attacks. That's pretty cool. So see, a scepter can actually take 8 mass hunters like that, but ooh man, don't have vision up the hill yet.
I like this little attack here. The residents are sieged up, so those siege mods do get taken out. But neither player can really push up each other's, except for the fact that Magicall just used half his army to walk up a ramp.
Oh man, that was a
and now Mirror could just walk in here. ZKays are that good, and there goes Magicall's army.
Yeah, he needs to try and keep his units alive, but his own siege mod is blocking him. Oh, nice counterattack from Tom though. Good counterattack on the other side. Sharu tries to defend stuff, but it's a Sharu. It's has 1 shot and then it's done.
We see this army moving up into the other base after they sniped all of the moats from that one, and I mean, this is some good economic damage. This is what they need right now. That was a pretty big loss from Magicall's army, and he needs time to try and regen all those units. So this is ideal, except for the fact that Tom is losing his army too. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all about, you need to do some damage without taking damage, and neither of teams are really doing that. Well, that Scepter's doing that pretty well, actually. The Scepter keeps doing damage and just and stays alive, and can get that Zephyr too.
Yeah.
Oh man, that poor Zephyr. I had so much hopes for him, but and then there was none. Ooh yeah, don't go for that choke. It goes both ways, but not really. ZKays have more.
This is a lot of hunters, but it's also a lot of ZKays, and there's some resonance. We see 2 infuses coming down. The Dread Sisters are using their abilities, but hunters just can't hold up to the massive tankiness of hunters. Or sorry, ZKays, even with Dread Sister support. And yeah, Mirror just walks over Magicall again, and on the other side of the map, we see another fight.
Yeah, Team PYRE seems to have a decent army, but no anti-air. So here come those wardens gonna do infinite damage as they can't get killed. The Sentinels were here for the anti-air protection of Santa. But yeah, it seems like Santa just wants the base, and let's see what he decides to go for now. Yeah, Warden's still doing damage, getting 1 Howler, getting an Absolver on the way out. Nope.
That's some good damage from those wardens, but they're losing bases, and that's not what they need right now. They need their economic, they need some economic assistance.
Yeah, you look at the map right now. Team PYRE has the whole map. You look at the army value. Team PYRE has a big lead. Thomas PYRE has the biggest army right now, but is that enough? As the Scepter of the North is finally taken out by the Sentinels. So I'm happy about that. Finally, Sentinels get it.
Yeah,
it's been there forever. But yeah, Team PYRE just took the whole, they just took the whole map and based it on the whole corner bases too. You
do have a very good economic advantage. The only way that Team Ice could claw their way out of this one is with some amazing trades and an amazing fight. I would venture to say. Speaking of amazing trades.
Yeah, Santa Claus has the army for that. He has his 2 castigators for all that anti-air he needs with the AoE. They're pretty strong. And then he has Sharu for all of that. Oh, the economic damage, of course, of the Dervish never stopping.
This is salt in an open wound right here. They're already in a rough economic spot, and then Santa's like, "Here, have some Dervish."
All game long, he never stops. Those two are going to go down. He's just going to make 2 more and keep going. But yeah, these two are going to get stopped finally.
I mean, they did the damage they needed to. This is a very, very good economic damage for Team Fire.
That was some good kills from Magicall. And at this point, the Hunters have all the upgrades, so their DPS is at least as good as the ZKays, but ZKays just have so much HP. But yeah, the fights can be pretty equal depending on the spell use of those Red Sisters. Yeah, as you said, it's a 1v1 right now. Team Fire, it's going to be Santa Claus versus Tomifer, and Iremirror on the other side. Ooh, Santa going for the base.
Yeah, I like this from Santa. I like this. This is forcing their hand, really. This is forcing them to do something. And honestly, you don't want a 2v1 as Team Fire. You want to try and split the 2 teams as much as possible because you have an advantage when it comes to your army count. Now, digging himself in here, this could be pretty bad for Santa. Could be, but his army is kind of just better if you think about it.
Yeah, no, his army is better. But again, as you said, you don't want to be stuck in the choke. So he's able to get himself down from the choke. Yeah. And now Tomifer has a good position, but he's staying in that Sharu fire. That fire does so much damage over time. Wardens come in, and there's still not that much anti-air. No, there's 2 Castigators this time around.
3 Castigators now. Yeah, so Tom does lose that fight. I feel if he had waited a little bit longer and collected all of his units, his units kind of just trickled in there. He would have had a better chance of winning that fight because that was a rough position that Santa put himself in, where he couldn't really run away. Magicall does come in here and ward off Santa, but that leaves the south open. And if Mirror can realize the fact that Magicall has left his base undefended, he can move in here. Now, undefended is a term that I would use, considering there's no army here, but that's a lot of siege mods.
Yeah, the siege mods do a lot of damage, and they have a decent amount of HP, and you don't want to trade units for mana, basically, because mana can just be resourced. But he's still doing it. He wants to push through, as he does sense that Magicall's out of position, and Magicall's rushing back in. He wants to get back in time to defend the rest.
I mean, there was so many siege mods that they were able to just not only trade well, but they were able to hold off Mirror long enough for him to be able to get back here and defend this base. We see Santa moving back into the main.
Wait, that's Santa's Star. Santa's Star in his opponent's base. The heck, Santa?
I know, this is very rude of wait. Oh yeah, you're right. I just realized that.
Yeah, that's pretty rude.
That is rude.
Yeah, it's not the gift you expect from Santa, but it'll have to do as Tom is trying to defend what he has. But Magicall seems to be winning the fight here, and that's good. He's getting the behemoths. They're rooted down so they can't run away. Mass Hunters jumping on top of it, get the last few Hunters, get the last behemoth. And that's a good position to keep for Magicall finally breaking through. But the breakthrough's more on the other side, though.
Yeah, so now we see another mirror, if you will. We see that Magicall and his team is the one with the only one with any semblance of an economy left.
Anything, yes.
And Santa is the only one with an army left. Oh, actually, I lied. Never mind. And Magicall is the one to GG first, even before Tom, I believe.
Yeah, Magicall won that fight against Iremirror, but Iremirror was coming back with his reinforcements, and Magicall knew better. He wouldn't be able to defeat Santa's army on top of his opponents. Tom was dead, and that was the end.